Tell me about yourself in detail.
Intermediate high. I'm a recent university graduate, and I'm currently preparing for employment. I majored in business administration, and I'm looking for a job in marketing or management. I enjoy listening to music, traveling, and watching sports in my free time. Lately, I've been studying English to improve my communication skills, as I believe it will be helpful for my career. Advanced low. I recently graduated from university with a degree in business administration, and I'm currently preparing for job applications. My main goal is to work in marketing or corporate management, as I have a strong interest in branding and consumer behavior. In my free time, I listen to music, explore different genres, and occasionally watch live performances. Traveling is another passion of mine, and I try to visit new countries whenever I get the chance. Since English proficiency is essential in my field, I've been actively studying and practicing it.
What kinds of music do you listen to? Who are some of your favorite musicians or composers?
Intermediate high. I listen to various types of music, but I mostly enjoy K-pop, rock, and R&B. My favorite musician is Cho Pil, a legendary Korean artist whose music is timeless. I also like Coldplay, as their songs have meaningful lyrics and a unique sound. When I want to relax, I listen to lo-fi or acoustic music. Advanced low. I enjoy a wide range of music, including K-pop, classic rock, and R&B. One of my favorite musicians is Cho Pil, who has been a huge influence on the Korean music industry. His songs have deep emotions and strong melodies. I also admire Coldplay because their music is both soothing and powerful. Recently, I've been exploring indie and jazz music as I find them relaxing and enjoyable when studying or working.
Could you think back to a particularly memorable time when you heard live music?
Intermediate high. A memorable live music experience was when I attended a BTS concert in Seoul. The energy in the stadium was incredible, and I could feel the passion of the fans. When they performed Spring Day, everyone sang along, creating an unforgettable atmosphere. Advanced low. One of the most memorable live performances I've experienced was a Coldplay concert in Korea. The atmosphere was magical, with thousands of people singing along to their songs. The moment they played Fix You, the entire stadium lit up with lights, and I got goosebumps. It was an incredible experience that made me appreciate live music even more.
When did you first become interested in music?
Intermediate high. I first became interested in music when I was in elementary school. At that time, I enjoyed listening to pop songs on the radio. As I grew older, I discovered rock music and ballads, which I still love today. Advanced low. My interest in music started at a young age. As a child, I listened to pop and ballads with my parents. In middle school, I discovered rock bands like Queen, which sparked my love for live performances. Over time, my taste expanded to include R&B, jazz, and indie music. Now I enjoy a mix of genres depending on my mood.
Can you describe for me one of the countries or cities you visited?
Intermediate high. Visited Tokyo, Japan last year. The city was very clean, and the public transportation was incredibly efficient. I loved trying Japanese food like ramen and sushi, and the people were polite and friendly. Advanced low. One of the most memorable places I visited is Tokyo, Japan. The city is a perfect blend of modern technology and traditional culture. I was amazed by how organized everything was, from the subway system to the streets. I explored Shibuya, Akihabara, and Asakusa, each offering a unique experience. The locals were very polite, and the food was absolutely delicious. I can't wait to visit again.
Can you tell me about the things you like to do when visiting another country?
Intermediate high. When I travel, I love to try local food, visit famous landmarks, and take lots of pictures. I also enjoy walking through local markets to experience the culture. Advanced low. Whenever I visit another country, I make sure to explore local food, visit historical sites, and experience the daily life of locals. I prefer walking through neighborhoods rather than just tourist spots to truly understand the culture. I also enjoy visiting museums and art galleries to learn more about the history of the place.
Describe for me your first trip to another country.
Intermediate high. My first trip abroad was to Japan when I was in high school. I went with my family, and we visited Osaka and Kyoto. I remember being amazed by the temples and the food. Advanced low. The first time I traveled abroad was when I visited Japan with my family during high school. We explored Osaka and Kyoto, where I saw beautiful temples and traditional streets. One of the highlights was trying authentic takoyaki and okonomiyaki. It was my first time experiencing a different culture, and it sparked my interest in traveling.
How are the responsibilities divided among family members in your household?
Intermediate high. In my house, my parents handle most of the responsibilities, but I help with cleaning and taking out the trash. I think the system is fair. Advanced low. At home, my parents manage most of the household tasks, while I help with chores like taking out the trash, doing dishes, and sometimes cooking. I believe the division of responsibilities is mostly fair, though I try to contribute more since I have free time while preparing for a job.
As a child, what chores did you have at home?
Intermediate high. When I was younger, my main chores were cleaning my room and taking out the trash. Sometimes, I also had to set the table for meals. Advanced low. As a child, I was responsible for keeping my room tidy, taking out the trash, and sometimes helping with the dishes. Occasionally, I had to run errands for my parents, such as buying small groceries. These responsibilities helped me become more independent.
Did you ever get in trouble for not fulfilling your household responsibilities as a child?
Intermediate high. Yes, I once forgot to take out the trash, and my mom got really upset. I apologized and made sure to do it properly next time. Advanced low. I remember one time when I was supposed to clean my room, but I was too lazy and played video games instead. My mom got really mad and didn't let me use my phone for a week. It was a lesson that made me more responsible.
Doctor's appointment role play.
Intermediate high. Hello, I'd like to make an appointment for my roommate. He's not feeling well and needs to see a doctor. Do you have any available slots? Oh, I see. My roommate tried calling earlier but couldn't book an appointment. He's feeling worse, so we really need to schedule one as soon as possible. Can you help us? Advanced low. Hi, I'm calling to schedule an appointment for my roommate. He's been feeling sick for a few days and his symptoms are getting worse. Do you have any available slots today or tomorrow? Actually, my roommate already tried making an appointment, but he had trouble with the scheduling system. He's feeling really unwell, and we're quite worried. Is there any way you could fit him in, even if it's a last-minute opening?
Have you ever had difficulties because you couldn't make an appointment?
Intermediate high. Yes, I had trouble booking a dentist's appointment once. I kept calling, but they were fully booked. In the end, I had to wait a week to see the doctor. It was frustrating, but I learned to book earlier next time. Advanced low. I once had a hard time booking a dentist appointment. I called several clinics, but they were either fully booked or only had openings at inconvenient times. Since I had a bad toothache, I kept calling different places, but most of them required an appointment at least a week in advance. Eventually, I found a small clinic that accepted walk-ins, so I was able to get treatment. After that experience, I make sure to book appointments well in advance.
Tell me in detail about changes in your country's relationship with other countries.
Intermediate high. Korea's relationship with the world has changed a lot. In the past, it focused mainly on exports, but now Korean culture is becoming global. K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean food are popular internationally. Also, Korea has strong ties with the US and is improving relations with other countries. Advanced low. Over the years, Korea's international relationships have evolved significantly. In the past, Korea was primarily focused on exports and economic growth, but now its cultural influence has expanded worldwide. The rise of K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean cinema, such as the success of Parasite and Squid Game, has strengthened Korea's soft power. Additionally, diplomatic relationships have shifted. While Korea maintains a strong alliance with the United States, it is also working on improving ties with neighboring countries like Japan and China, despite historical tensions. These changes reflect Korea's growing presence in global affairs. One important event was the 2018 North Korea-South Korea summit. The two leaders met to discuss peace and denuclearization. This was a big step because relations between North and South Korea had been tense for many years. Even though full peace wasn't achieved, it was an important moment. Advanced low. A significant historical event that shaped Korea's international relations was the 2018 Inter-Korean Summit between President Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un. This meeting was historic because it was the first time in over a decade that leaders from both Koreas met to discuss peace and denuclearization. They walked hand in hand across the Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, symbolizing a hopeful future. Although tensions between the two countries remain, the summit represented a crucial step toward dialogue. It also had a global impact, as it influenced U.S. North Korea negotiations as well.